Hi, I've had to do it in two parts. So we got to where the person is not emotionally equipped to meet you where you are, but you as the Queen of Wands, you're operating on a higher level of self-awareness and emotional readiness. So the spread becomes less about whether they're toxic and more about whether the dynamic is balanced or fulfilling for you. The cards are nudging you towards recognising your own power, not shrinking to match someone's emotional limitations, and also not mistaking chemistry for compatibility. Is it likely to shift? If you look at the cards as a story about momentum rather than fate, tarot doesn't lock anything in, but it does show the current trajectory of the connection. So it can shift, but only if the Emperor energy, which is the person on your mind, chooses to open up. And right now the cards show them staying in their pattern rather than breaking it. To explain why, it's like why the current trajectory looks stuck is because with the Six of Cups reversed, it's someone who repeats old emotional patterns. They don't naturally evolve unless something forces them to. This is avoidance, someone who sidesteps vulnerability instead of confronting it. When the card repeats, it's emphasising a habit, not a moment, which is the Seven of Swords. That came out twice, and so did the Six of Cups reversed twice. So I've just got to plug my light back in. So the Emperor, that's the biggest clue really. An Emperor rarely changes unless they decide to, because they like control, predictability, and emotional distance. They don't shift easily. It's a card of my way. I'll open up when I feel safe, not when you want me to. And I don't like being pushed emotionally. It's not malicious, it's rigid. It comes across as rigid. But there's a twist. The Ace of Wands. The card does show desire, it shows attraction, and it does show a potential for a new beginning. It does mean that the spark is still alive, and it does mean that the connection isn't dead, but the Ace of Wands is impulsive and not stable. So it does show passion, but not emotional growth. So if there was a shift that was possible, it'd be more communication, more passion, and more contact, but not necessarily what you need, which is emotional maturity, vulnerability, consistency, and commitment. Unless the Emperor decides to, soften up a little bit. Where you come in, like this is the most important card in the whole spread. The Queen of Wands doesn't chase. She doesn't wait for somebody to shift. She stands in her power, and people rise to meet her or they fall away. It's that simple. Your energy is magnetic right now. Understand that. The shift is more likely to happen if you stay in your Queen of Wands energy, not if you try to coax change out of them. So, what's the real answer? Yeah. Is there a shift possible? Yes. The Ace of Wands says that the spark is still alive. Is a deep emotional shift likely right now? No, not unless your person steps out of Emperor mode, and the cards show them holding onto control for now, unfortunately. Oh, what's that in my kitchen? Something's gone. That cat. Is the dynamic likely to shift if you shift your energy? Yes. Basically, everything's connected. Energy's connected. If you're connected, you're connected by a red thread, so they call it, which means everything you do is felt by the other person. So if you're feeling sad, or if you think about them, they know you're thinking about them, because you'll come into their head if they're not doing anything, like if they haven't been thinking about you. So, yeah, the Queen of Wands is the key. When you stand in your power, the Emperor will either step up or step back. So either way, it will close out. So you'll either move on, or you'll move on with them, or you'll be happily moving on without them. Yeah. That's basically how energy moves. I mean, the Seven of Swords can also mean that someone's hiding something, someone's avoiding accountability, someone's acting in a self-protective or deceptive way. You're being asked to trust your intuition. If a situation feels off, even if you can't prove it. I mean, obviously, you know that you weren't being told the truth, and you were being left to piece things together on your own. The card showing up again now isn't about the past event, it's about the pattern. You sensed dishonesty, you acted on it, and the card is validating that you weren't imagining things, so that... So if you left because something in you knew that the situation wasn't right, that's you protecting yourself. The Seven of Swords doesn't describe you as being abandoned, it describes them avoiding responsibility, and the fact that it keeps appearing suggests that you're still processing the emotional residue of that betrayal, which is normal. Where you are now, so that most of the betrayal and the pain and that would have been a little while ago, within probably 12 months or so, but where you are now, with the Queen of Wands, and if you was to read it with Queen of Wands, the Emperor, the Ace of Wands, it shows you stepping back into your power, them still being rigid, guarded or controlling, and the connection still having heat but not emotional safety. So you saw the truth even when whoever tried to hide it, and you walked away. So that strength, don't feel abandoned for sure. You're still, even if you're not with that person, you probably find the energy's not around you. The emotion of what happened. Do you know what I mean? The betrayal was real, the gaslighting was real, your nervous system hasn't fully closed the chapter, the relationship had intensity which leaves a mark, and you're still processing the meaning of what happened. It doesn't mean that they have power over you, it just means that the residue's still there, like the thoughts are still there. But I'll be honest with you, if you stay thinking, I'm going to do a reading in a minute, because I don't know if... I think that's more to do with what they're feeling. But yeah, we'll take a look at them in a bit. So if there's any more advice that you need on how you can overcome it or anything like that, just give me a shout. I mean, I'll be honest, when things come over you, if you feel an emotion, you feel sad or anything like that, feel it. Just allow it. Let it flow. Understand that that's what you're feeling. And then let it go. Do you know what I mean? And you'll know how to let it go, because it's like when you get the feeling, you'll feel it, but you're not fighting it. You're not going, right, I've got to do something to distract myself. No. Sit and feel it. If it makes you upset, cry. If it makes you angry, write it down. The best thing that you can probably do is to write everything down. Get a journal. Because even if basically the journal, what it will do is you'll be writing down how you feel. So if you do it every day, when you look back, say you want to go back 5 days and you read 5 days ago how you felt 5 days ago, then read the 5 days up to the present, and then see how different each day has been. Have you been able to cope with it more? Has it been easier to manage? Has it been, do you know what I mean? Have you not thought about them as much? Have you felt feelings, and have you been able to sit through them? Most of the time, meditate. Ask above. What do I need to do? But you've got to decipher the signs that you get. It could be through your intuition, which means it could be a thought. It could be a song that comes into your head. Listen to the words. But yeah, if you need to contact me, just give me a shout. I'm going to run out of time, so I'm going to have to go. But please do message me, comment, anything like that. And good luck on your journey. And I wish you healing.